back to my channel. So today we are going to be making an African dish. By an African dish, I mean you're going to be making mukimo. Actually, I don't know mukimo in English, but let's call it the way we call it, mukimo. So the ingredients of it. We have onions. These are 2 onions, finely chopped. Potatoes, beans, maize, and pumpkin leaves. Yes, you can also use the other one. It's called kahorora. The spices you're going to be using, actually we are using only one spice, black pepper, and salt. We also need to use a blender. It's not a must, but it's good though. Yes, and cooking oil. The first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to chop these pumpkin leaves. I'm going to just chop them roughly. You don't need to be perfect with the chopping, just medium sizes are enough. I'm going to put them in a sufuria. Add your water. Then you're going to boil it for around 15 minutes. So I want to prepare the potatoes. The first thing I do, I add oil. Turn on the heat and allow the oil to be a little bit hot as I add my potatoes. I don't love boiling the potatoes like the typical boiling because this one gives it a little bit taste than just boiling. And just cover them for a little bit, like 2 minutes. Yes. It's been 2 minutes. We just want to turn it. And at this point, I always add my salt. Like a teaspoon of teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to add water just to cover the potatoes. I'm not going to add so much water. Water enough to cover the potatoes. Yeah, that's enough. I'm going to cover these potatoes and allow them to boil for 15 minutes so that they can be tender and soft. It's been 15 minutes. Our pumpkin leaves are ready. So I'm going to turn off the heat and uncover it for a while to let it cool. The pumpkin leaves have cooled, so I want to blend them. I'm just going to extract them from this liquid. Add them. And I'm going to add a little bit of this soup because the blender needs a liquid. I prefer adding this to water. And now let's blend. You can see it has turned into a smooth paste. At this point, our potatoes are ready. You can see. So I want to drain the excess fluid. I have drained the fluid. Now I want to mash these potatoes first. Next, I am going to add the pastes. At this point, I'll add my maize and beans. You see those onions I mentioned there? Now this is where they go. You fry the onions. The onions have turned to golden brown, but not all of them actually. You can see. But you also don't want the onions to burn. Yeah, my onions are ready. I turn off the heat. Return back my mukimo and add now the onions. Actually, this adds the flavor. It adds the taste of the mukimo. And I always prefer this to adding raw onions because raw onions spoil very fast. And you know how mukimo doesn't stay for long. So when you add raw onions, it reduces the longevity of the mukimo. Now this is the last process. Just make sure it has mixed very well. Our mukimo is now ready to serve. So this is the result of the meal that we have been making. I have accompanied my mukimo with cabbages and meat. This is beef actually. So yeah, that's the meal. So let's taste the meal. Wow. So actually the good thing, because I feel like I never mentioned this, the good thing about boiling maize and beans aside, it's because it distinguishes the taste. You know, when you cook githeri, there's a way you'll feel like githeri is just githeri, you see? But when you cook maize and beans aside, when you put them together, you'll feel the taste of the maize and you'll feel the taste of the beans at the same time. And also, actually, I don't like the way when you boil maize and beans together, maize comes with that kakala of the soup of the bean. Actually, I don't like that. So, thank you if you have reached to this part of the video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And also you can comment on how you have seen the meal. You can comment, and also you can tell me what meal you want me to make next. So bye, see you next week.